this around the world is to make sure that these lines, if they're going to cross, let's make sure they cross real far. Not in the age where 50 and 60 at your prime, you're retired, now have fun. Not deal with the doctors and deal with sickness. But that's what's happening today. So the fact here is it is important to support glutathione level to maintain overall health and wellness. There's over 74 disease and health challenges associated with low glutathione. You'll find that when you go to PubMed.org or .gov. And so glutathione are very difficult to rate. Some people say, well, can I just eat food that's going to give me that? Well, maybe 20 years ago. I can tell you that tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, they do not have the nutrients that they used to have at the time. So what's happening here, it's very difficult to raise. That's why companies like ours are coming now to complement and supplement what's happening, what's missing in nutritional elements on a daily basis. So how can we effectively maintain a level of glutathione? Now we get into our products.
So this is the creation of Dr. Nagasawa. He created a compound called ribosine, and the body needs a substance called cysteine, the cysteine molecule, to be able to naturally produce glutathione in every single cell of the body. The problem is it's so fragile, it's hard to maintain and keep the glutathione going, and as we age, the body starts depleting. So he found through research after research after research that if you would protect the integrity of the cysteine, then you'd be able to pass the digestive system and get it into every single cell. So he discovered ribose, which is a sugar molecule that tricks the gut. It protects the integrity of the cysteine, and it goes past the digestive system and goes right into the cells, and the cells recognize it to make glutathione. It's that simple. Glutathione's role in the body is like a scrub brush, and it gets rid of all the free radicals, the toxins, the mercury, the metals, whatever it is that's attacking our bodies, that is weakening our immune systems. And when you have an abundance of glutathione, I shared with you some of the things that you'll notice, and more. So over 25 years of research, we've had these slides for quite some time, 20 peer-reviewed articles, 38 patents pending. It's the most advanced glutathione technology out in the market today. And the only way to get ribosine is through our company, Max International. So he had sold his compound to our company. He works with our company, and he's 87 years old. He gets up every single morning. His wife makes him handmade bow ties. He puts on his bow tie with a suit, and he goes to the lab every single day, and he's still creating formulas that we don't even know about yet.
Some new things coming.
He's brilliant.
So moving on to the next slide.
And it's exclusive, as I said, to Max International.
So these are some of the products we're going to cover here with you. What's very important in line with the products I'm going to share with you here is it started with this one over here. That was the Max DXL from Dr. Robert Keller. Then Dr. Herb Nagasawa created the Max one, which is pure ribosine. Then we mixed these two products and we created this one over here called Celgivity, which is the most advanced nutraceutical supplement that exists on the planet today. And there's other good ones, but this is, we're talking about increasing glutathione. There's a buffet of things here. And then we're going to talk a little bit about our weight loss system, which is a really good system. Then we're going to talk about the nutrient supplements, and we're going to talk about our energy drink, which is a whole lot more than that. We'll get into a bit of a skincare. But what's important here is it's approved by the Health Ministry of Canada, and it's also what we call BSCG, which stands for Banned Substance Control Group. That's a very difficult and expensive certificate to have, but it's important if you want to deal with a professional market like Canada. Very, very picky. Okay? And what's very important is that when you have that substance over here, a BSCG, on our products, it basically states whatever is on the label is exactly what is on the label, and there's nothing to trick you. There is no other illegal substances. So for professional athletes, this is very important, especially today, because they're being tested for doping and all of these things before they can compete. And if you work for 4 years to compete, you don't want to be disqualified because a substance you took that. You understand what I'm saying? So this is very, very important for them. So that doesn't make it safe to use. It's also halal approved for different religious belief. And again, because we are a global company and we're working around the world. Next slide.
Is it FDA?
Second.
Is it FDA?
No, FDA stands for Food Drug Approval.
Yeah.
And we're not a food, a drug. You know,
It's a-
we're a natural, that's why it's the Health Ministry of Canada. That's actually, every country have their own label. If I'm in Ghana, I have another certificate to work another label. If I'm in Côte d'Ivoire, if I'm in different markets, every countries have their certificate saying we are approving this because they do their testing. In Canada, it took 4 years to get this LDV approved. 4
It's
years.
approved in the nutraceutical industry because we're a natural product.
That's correct. So FDA is for food and drugs. It's we're in a different category.
Okay, so let's talk about this is the flagship. This is what we really focus on around the globe. This is the product that's making such a huge difference. The other one are more complementary as we share them with you, but it's got ribosine is the main component in the product, and it's also got 12 synergistic components that are antioxidant, anti-inflammatory based, which we probably already know because you've probably seen it in a natural health store.
Can you tell us what ribosine is? Is it natural? Like
Sure, let me explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a scientist, right? I've been listening to Dr. Symposium for years, but let me tell you what it is. Let me talk about the cysteine molecule. The cysteine molecule, you can find that within the milk, you can find, in fact, in Montreal, there's a company called Molson. That, by the way, they would brew the beer, they extracted, that technology was being used to get extracted from the milk thistle, and then they created what we call, they were able to extract the cysteine molecule. But that cysteine molecule, like Tammy shared, if you just eat that stuff, the acidity just through the digestive tract just kills it. You waste your money.
So the absorption is
So-
very little.
Correct. So what we do is, the ribosine is a cysteine, and ribose, it's derived from a natural sugar that protects the cysteine. And from there, when you eat the supplement, it goes through the digestive tract, and it goes right through, and the cysteine separate from the ribose. The ribose is being utilized for energy. That's called ATP. We'll talk about that into. I don't want to confuse too much to make that too complicated.
No, I think what I'm interested in knowing is that the glutathione, obviously.
It's
we
not
all know is
synthetic.
natural.
It's a
But-
natural
So
supplement.
all of this, like the ribosine is also natural. It's not.
It's a natural, yes.
manufactured.
So answer your question,
Yes.
it is from Mother Earth.
That's great. That's what
I should have said that.
No, that's fine.
So yes, they're natural. And that question I've been asked. Some people want to know what cysteine. That's why I explain that. But this is coming from Mother Earth. This is not synthetic, designed, created, chemically. It is not like that
Is
at all.
that like Splenda?
No, in fact, no. And in fact, there is studies to turn green. There's a lot of clinicals on our website. And
Right.
if you're interested, we can show you that. Especially if you're medical background and you understand, you'll be happy. There's a lot.
So the 12 synergistic components, some of you might recognize some of them. No, it's not on.
Oh, it's not here.
Okay, so we have another slide that shows all the 12 components that will get you to add to your presentation. But aloe vera, we've all heard of aloe vera. Okay, aloe, well, the most important part of the aloe plant is called acemannan. They sell that separately in health stores for $60 and up, just for that, because that component is very good for your health. It complements the glutathione production. So that's why it's very high up in the category of what we have in the 12 synergistic components. We have grapeseed extract.
And the new PowerPoint has actually got it listed. So next time you can download it. Get it.
We have resveratrol, grapeseed extract, we have broccoli seed extract, we have turmeric in there as well. And black pepper is used for absorption. It helps the body absorb the nutrients. So they got some really great components in there. Cordyceps is an ancient Chinese mushroom that helps the body with creating more oxygen in your bloodstream. A lot of people are not getting, in the lungs, so a lot of people are not breathing the way they should be. And as we age, we don't breathe as good as when we were younger. And of course, if there's a smoker, they're going to have challenges with breathing. So these are really, really good components over and above what we have and what ribosine is doing. So if you look at all of those 12 components separately, and you go to the farm, to the natural store, you're gonna pay 200 plus just for those components. They don't have the ribosome technology because our company owns it. So put all this together, it's a super.
So moving on to the next slide, let's get into the nutritional elements here. And understand that you can go to www.max.com and you can go through every single tabs, look at the products, click on the ingredients, and it would expand and tell you how your body will benefit from those ingredients. It's really well done. You have it in French, by the way, if you're more comfortable in French also. Just select French. And then from there, this is a multivitamin punishment. Now this, see, it might be a little small here to look at this, but see, it contains vitamins and minerals that are missing in our food today, as I stated. Okay? Foods are grown fast, and they inject things in it to make it turn red or green, and so they're now, they don't have the nutrients that they used to have, again, even 15 years ago, even 10 years ago. But the amount of vitamin B and C and D and E, it's basically 20,000 calories of food put into 10 calories, but all the nutrients are there. Again, it was created by the same doctor, Dr. Herb Nagasawa. Brilliant, brilliant man. And you take, again, there's 30 servings, and you can see the box over here. And you take a sachet like this, and you mix that in a bottle of water, about 500 milliliters of water. And it can be 2 liters of water. It really depends on your taste buds. Some people like it diluted. As long as you take this and you drink it all. Okay, absolutely fantastic to get the nutrients, and I recommend once a day. Next one.
And you can really feel it because the absorption is really great. I used to take multiple vitamins before I knew about this company, and I didn't feel it, but my urine color was amazing. I don't know about you, but sometimes you take, you know what I mean?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. But now I'm getting the absorption that my body needs, and I feel it when I take this stuff. Max ATP. This is anybody searching for that extra mental clarity, in the zone, gotta be focused all day long. This is it. It's a natural product. Ribosine is the first component in it. Other synergistic components that help the body get more energy, but not that energy, that spike energy. It's in the zone energy. So no matter what you're doing, you're going to be focused. And you know what the interesting part about this product I absolutely loved when I took it? The moment I lay down on my bed, gone. I never worried about having to stay up. Sometimes you take products that, you're just vibrating just to have that energy. Coffee is one of them, and then you can't sleep. But this is absolutely amazing.
It's one of my ultimate favorites.
Mm-hmm.
This one we want to talk to you about is what we call the advanced switch. Now again, that's the older slide because now we have the D bars, right? So what happens is that it's created by Dr. Moat. If you Google his name, this guy is a brilliant doctor. Max is very picky about who we do business with to make sure that we give the best of the best to the inline consumers. And what it's designed to do is to support, promote healthy blood sugar level. It supports a healthy cholesterol level. It supports a healthy metabolism. You'll find that your heart is not going to speed up to try to burn calories to increase your metabolism. It's heart healthy, but your metabolism increases. Your body becomes more effective in burning fat, and it starts melting off you by consuming the products. We want to tell you how to take it so you get the best results. I've been working a lot of people on this. The people that follow my guidelines, as I will tell you, get great results if you want to lose weight. Okay? So in this case, it helps curb the appetite and cravings. You're going to find when you take this product, first of all, you need water. Not coffee. Water. Pure water. And you want to drink as much water as you can. I'm not saying you have to chuck it all in one shot. Just sip into it. Right? You take 2 capsules before every meal, preferably half an hour to an hour prior. If you're like me, the meal's on the table, you forget to take the product, take it anyway. I take it, and I drink it, and I eat. Is someone trying to get in?
I think so.
You want to help her? So, in this case, it's predominantly also remove the toxin. You see over here the ribosine? The ribosine is here because a lot of toxins are in the fat cells. Once the fat starts melting off you, the toxins are released back into the bloodstream. And it's there to neutralize the free radicals released from the fat cells. That's why it's there. We promote good digestive health because, well, first of all, that was the old bar. This bar was very effective, but Elaine, how do you say? Sawdust, literally.
Fibers.
Fiber is not something that people like to eat, even though it's really important in our traditional habits during the day. But what they did with the new bee bar, it has the cocoa and coconut, and the other one has apple and cinnamon. So they taste wonderful, and there's protein in it. So it feeds the muscles. It's a really good product. But I'm telling you, it's about $24 for 8 bars. Right? It's made in Montreal, by the way. It's the only company that makes without the preservatives and all the garbage that we find in the things to keep the. So these bars do not have any stimulants, they have no preservative. It's a very, very good product. And because they're $24 for 8 bars, very often I tell people, you know what? Just take half a bar a day. So it can go for like 2 weeks instead of a week or so. Okay? And I'm telling you, it works extremely well with half a bar. But drink water. Help your body move things along. Just drinking water, you're going to feel better if you don't drink a lot of water. If you want to take this after tonight, it just increases your consumption of water and you'll feel better because you move things up. Okay? But with these products, it's wonderful what it does.
And the bars are gluten-free, soy-free.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah, and peanut-free. So, yeah, there's something in there. It's gonna.
And it tastes amazing.
The new bars are
I know,
phenomenal.
I love it. Okay, so last but not least, because everybody's always looking for that rejuvenating, youthful skin. That's the biggest organ of our body is our skin. And I can tell you that the longevity, and I tell people that, you can put all this stuff on the outside that you want to put on, but if you don't take care of the inside, then you're not going to get great results that you'll get with this. So I always encourage people to get on the longevity and use the skincare. It's unbelievable, the results. We had this one guy in Toronto. He was so brave. He did half his face for a month. For a month, 30
He wanted to
days.
prove a point.
He wanted to prove a
And he
point. And I don't know if you have the picture here, but I can give it to you. His name is Bill. And it literally looked like he had a facelift. This whole side was all lifted up, all the wrinkles were gone, the jowls were up, his forehead had, there were 2 wrinkles that he had there was gone, and everybody was blown away. Yeah, so it works. I mean, you gotta, again, use it regularly, follow the instructions, like anything. You know, if you're gonna take something, you gotta take it to get results. And I know Pat, you were looking amazing. Where are you? Yeah, she got on the Visible Solution a month ago. She's been on our products for a long time, and I can see the vibrant in her skin. Yeah, it brings back your youthful colors that you had when you were younger, too. You know, you gotta get rid of all the dead skin, the debris, and it goes into
And
7
the
layers.
details, yeah.
It goes into 7 layers of your skin. It's a whole system.
Yeah, the details can be found, just before you switch, I mean, the details were actually can be found on max.com. Now, before you switch slides, the next slide we want to share with you was designed by a gentleman by the name of Eric Worre. He has been working really hard in educating the population on this industry that we're in. So let's watch this about 2 minutes.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being a secure place to work the rest of your life.
For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do so as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off, we've been laid off, we've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you.
There's something wrong. That on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%. Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way. We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here, look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be better way. The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe they don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans, industrial is just over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.
And this is what I mean, where the school system, I want my kids to get their education. There is no question that you quit school. Finish your education. But don't just depend on getting a job. Just be creative. And I'm glad that my daughter's she's in California and doing exactly what I've been preaching without me. In fact, I didn't want her to go to California, but that was her choice. I wanted to stay here. And that's what she chose. My son is also recognizing, right? He wants to create things, right? So what's happening here is that, oh, I'm sorry, you're over here. So, can you go back one slide? Okay. So these are just representation, like Tammy and I, when we started with Max International, we wanted the good life, right? We invested. And I hope you didn't do that, but we took money from our credit card at one point and invested in something. That's not a good thing to do. But we did. And it turned against us. Things made a lot of sense at the time, but suddenly, bang, things turned against us. And we were in debt up to our eyeballs. So for us, the credit card debt was an issue. In 2 years, I covered all that. Now, the credit cards, I'm not kidding, was 80 grand. I thought it was impossible to pay that with an interest of $2,600 a month, just the interest alone. And it was paid in 2 years, right? And of course, if you're in debt like that, you realize the government, you also taxes, it was a mess. All of that was clear within 3.5 years. But I didn't just pay that, we invested in the process. And I want to share with you how we were able to do this while we're dealing with the issues. Maybe some of you are dealing with that. So the point here is, these are some representation. We are a big supporter of Plan Canada. Why do I like Plan Canada? Because every dollar they earn, 80 cents go back for the cause. Okay? And we support children in the Philippines. We support different children around the world. And now we're going to organize, because in Canada also we have issues, and children that are dealing with issues with broken families and so forth. So again, these are things that we can do that we didn't realize was possible before because of a financial situation that we can do today. So moving on to the next slide. There's 4 industries that we want to cover quickly. Go all 4.
So if we look at the global industries and what's going on today and what's growing today, the weight loss industry, would you agree there's a lot of obesity out there today, even in the younger generation today? Well, in the U.S. alone, $586 billion industry. The skincare industry is absolutely massive. A lot of baby boomers are aging, and they're looking for something to look younger. $115 billion. $117 billion is a nutraceutical. We're talking about the natural products. People are more and more getting educated on living healthier lifestyles, and people are making better choices. Global industry energy drinks, that is another boom. And a lot of that energy boom is really unhealthy products out there.
That's about 6
That's
years old.
why
6 years old.
That's why I get excited about what we have as the Max ATP, because that mental clarity is so important. Cleaning up the toxins in the brain, getting focused, just having that good natural energy.
So moving on to the next slide, I want you guys to understand what's going on with the global network marketing annual revenue. This is not product sales. This is revenues going into people's homes. Now, this is a pea in the water considering the world market. But we are growing. I want you to see the red line. Now, there's another one in 2015 that came out that's even better, that shows numbers at more than 190 billion and so, but it doesn't have this beautiful graph, so I kept this one. And what happens, I'd like to point out, is if you look in 2003, from 2003 to 2013, if you look at the line, it grew by almost, maybe a little over $90 billion in revenue. It is one of the fastest growing industry. Consumers telling other consumers, which we do anyway. Have you ever been to a restaurant, tell someone about it? Have you ever been to a great movie, tell someone? That's what I'm talking about. That is the industry that we're in. With a product that we're talking about, maybe some of you are not familiar with the product, you may want to try them. see what they are. And I'm not saying that you're going to grow wings out of your back after 2 weeks, right? But some of you may recognize different patterns, different things. And some of you may have amazing changes. And some of you feel, well, nothing's happening. There's something happening, you're just not feeling it now. So, and that's why we have these presentations, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I can really help you understand how you can benefit and how you can help others benefit from these wonderful products. But this is what's happening. This industry is growing like crazy. You look at the music industry, because of the internet and all the leakage of, it's an unfortunate reality. NFL, every year it's been going down. It's not going up, it's going down. So when you're looking at the trends, and you're looking for an opportunity to earn an income, just follow the trends. Where are the income generated? Where are they? This is a clue. I'm not saying that's the only one, but that is a big one. So moving on to the next slide. So I'm going to talk about our business strategy, and I'll do this one, you can do the next one. Okay. So what happens here, it starts with the residual income. The residual income is where, for example, Tammy and I have been living in residual income for several years, or quite a few years. And some of you already have. The income may vary, but this is what we thrive. And it comes into the binary income, as you check, we'll cover that a little bit. Then the bridge income, it calls bridge because when you start, it's like if you start a franchise or even a farmer and you have land, you plant seeds. Because you planted your seeds, it's not going to grow because they're planted. You got to wait for the TLC. They love you care. Time, sun, water, and then it will grow. And when the harvest comes in, then you can take what it is you planted, be profitable, and feed the family. So it's kind of the same thing, and the bridge income is designed to help you get that, to earn an income today while you're building the residual. And I'll show you exactly how I train our leaders. There's a leader in Africa, there's many, but there's one particular one, who went from $900 a month as a doctor in Africa to making about $32,000 US a month in 3 years with his company. I will tell you how he did it. Okay? It's not magic. So from there, I'll tell you this, and remember the word prime bonus. We talked about this at your house last night. The faster the income, global bonus pool. And the customer income, there's a lot of folks who listen, I've done my part for king and country. I'm tired. I do have money, not that I have, but I'm okay, I'm comfortable, but my health is not a part. I would love to be on these products. Then you get compensated when they choose to consume the products as a consumer. And that's what I want to share with you. So moving on to the next slide, go ahead.
So there's many ways of getting paid with the company as you start building, and you can see the turquoise frame there. That's where Chris is going to spend most of the time, because if you do these things...
5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to take long. Then the rest will come into play, because a lot of it is bonuses. The company gives a lot of incentives for people to be sharing the products, to be training people, and to help build teams. Okay, so that's how it works, and it starts in the local market. You start building in the local market. So Chris talked about the preferred customer bonus. We have a fast start bonus. That's when somebody gets involved in the business. Whoever brings them, the company gives them a commission based on the package they choose, and it's the company's way of saying thank you for introducing them to the company. We've got the prime bonus where Chris is going to spend most of his time. Because if you do that, and you can get other people to do that, that's when you're going to start benefiting from all of this. Matching bonuses, you can make up to 50% of the person who you bring in. If you can help them build up an income, the company will match it and give you a percentage based on that. Okay? So you don't get this in a job world. You know, I know, I've been an employee, I've been a traditional business person, and I love this industry because it's so fair for everybody, okay? And so and then you get bonuses by helping people.
So let's start with the 3 elements that we talked about. The first one is called your bridge income. The faster income, which is the bridge income. This is designed to pay you immediately. So for example, you tell me about this. I get a product experience. I love what I'm feeling. I says, I know a lot of people, which I do, that can really benefit from this. How do I go about it? Well, I get involved. I'll show you how this works. You get involved, and you can earn a maximum of $150. So for example, if I get started, and I pick, let's say, a Premier pack, I'll what it is, and then you earn $150 next week. What's the day today? Wednesday? No, Tuesday. We're Monday. We're Monday. Okay, so for me, there's no
You work from
weekend.
home.
Busy
It's
guy.
a day. It's another day.
So on Monday, right, someone comes in tomorrow, by Wednesday next week, your check is there. That's how fast it goes. Sorry for being in front of the slide here, but this is one. The other one is the other package. If someone says, you know what, my finances are not that strong, I can start here, then you earn 75. If someone says, well, I have a really hard time, but I can start with, for example, I work on an active personal backup gift, then you earn $50. So every time someone gets involved, you earn that. This is paid one time, actually a maximum of 2 times if the order is placed again within 60 days. But most people do that one time, okay? So that's what we call a fast earned income. Every time someone comes in, you get paid. So moving on to the next slide. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time here on the client bonus.
Holding up.
No, not yet. See, what the company states is you need to bring 3 people that consume, for example, in Canada, the most popular, because I see what's going on. This is probably 80% what Canadian orders. The Max CellGBT and the Max ATP. Very popular. It actually comes out to about 120 CV, okay? It's about $120. Now, from there, what happens is when this occurs, you consume it, you're qualified to earn what we call Prime Bonus Level 1. But to earn the income associated with Prime Bonus Level 1, you need to have generated 500 points. So that 500 points is very important. So if people order this, well, that is not 500. So here are the options moving on to the next step. The company said, well, you can help these guys gather their customers. When you gather your customers, the point will top up, which is you're missing 200 CV. CV stands for commissionable volume. PV stands for personal volume. Every dollar is converted to a point when you consume monthly. So from that point on, I tell people, don't go with a bare minimum. Go get 5. Do you know 5 people that would like to add a stream of income, that would love to benefit from these kind of products? I guarantee you that every one of you know more than 5 people, if you just think about it. So from that point on, if they consume, then you make the requirement. Like I said, the average Canadian is about 120. You total that up. 4 might make it, I stay with 5. This is what I told this gentleman in Africa. Teach people how to earn $75. Where in Ghana it's times 3.7. In Nigeria it's times 380 something. In the Philippines it's times 44, or 47, or 49, depending on the month. Right? Each country's have their own currency, and there's a multiplication factor that is based on the currency, their dollar. Are you following me so far? So every month, you want to earn this, then you need to make this requirement. When I first looked at that, I said to myself, how am I going to motivate people with $75 a month? I didn't get it. But then I got it. So let's move on to the next slide. We just talked about level 1. What happens is if you help all 5, but you only need 3 that are making $75, just like you have done. Now the company jumped from $75 to up to $300.